to Inside Our Playbook, where we talk to advisors and associates about what they do and how they're putting clients first. And today I'm joined by David Stofer. David, thanks for being here today.
Well, thanks for having me. Looking forward to the discussion.
David, tell us a little bit, how'd you get into this business? Tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah, well, I started out as a financial advisor with a large insurance company back in the early 80s. And at that time, it was very popular to put life insurance inside retirement plans, believe it or not, in a profit sharing plan or defined benefit plan, because it was one of the few ways you could tax deduct your life insurance. So by working through the insurance company, we were the largest seller of life insurance inside retirement plans in the country. And so doing that, I learned the administrative side, filing 5500s, designing plan documents, doing discrimination testing, everything involved with it. And it was a few years later that I really found out I liked the investment side of the business better and became a well-rounded advisor versus being a back office person. So,
thanks, David. So tell us a little bit about what you and your team do for the advisors within the Mariner organization.
Sure. Most of our engagements with the client starts with, it could be a review of the 401k plan or some kind of an audit, or just seeing how their plan's performing. And we'll look at everything from the fees in the plan, the services, looking at the investment policy statement, plan design, investment options, and see, also look at if it's meeting the goals of the client. Often after that review, it will lead to an RFP where we try to find the right record keeper for each plan. So every record keeper has different pros and cons. Some people are more focused on price. Some are focused on employee education capabilities. It could be mobile, applications and website usage for the participants. And everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. So it ends up leading to an engagement where we try to find the right record keeper for the client.
That's great. Thank you. So when you think about an advisor's book, sometimes they sort of wake up one day and all of a sudden they have a whole bunch of different clients to work with. That could be retirement plans, that could be, business owners all over the place. And I don't know that all of these advisors have a specialty like you do in your background. How do you work with advisors within Mariner to help advisors figure out what's maybe best for their clients in that regard?
Sure. The majority of our advisors really introduce us. They have a client that has asked them a question about the retirement plan, or just in their due diligence and understanding their client better. They learn about the retirement plan and open up the door for us. And most of the relationships, they just turn the client over to us. So we will help with the investment policy statement, the investment monitoring, the annual fee benchmarking, the quarterly or semi-annual reviews, keeping minutes of all the meetings, which is required by the Department of Labor. And we do everything for the advisor and for their client, and then we pay them a finder's fee. Now, there are a few advisors that want to be the face of the client and stay in front of their client and be the lead on the retirement plan. In those situations, we'll do all those same things behind the scenes and just provide it to the advisor to where they present the information and do all the work. And of course, then they're required to keep all the minutes and do everything. And we just work behind the scenes to make sure that all the boxes are checked and that they're doing a good job.
So effectively, you'll work however the advisor really wants to work that, what's ever in the best interest of the client.
Yeah, what works best for the client, what works best for the advisor himself.
So Dave, before I let you go, is there maybe one tip you can share with advisors that, again, maybe have some of this business but don't necessarily specialize in it? Any parting thoughts?
Yeah, I think probably the biggest tip, talking to your clients or even people, it could be a prospective retirement plan client. It's funny that a lot of plan sponsors don't have written goals. And just like any relationship you have on the wealth management side, you first want to understand the client and what their goals are. And on the retirement plan side, they don't always have, set goals. And, I'm a firm believer that you can't manage what you can't measure. So I like to, help them set goals, whether it's participation rates, deferral rates, or we can track income replacement ratio for their employees, and set some standard goals that then we can monitor our success to them. And it's not all just about how well the funds did last year. There's a lot more to retirement than just did my funds do well last year. So I think get the conversation on meeting the goals.
That's great, David. David, thanks for being here today. Thanks for all you do with the advisors. I constantly hear great feedback from you and your team. Appreciate you sharing your perspective today.
Great. Thanks so much. Yeah, very proud of my team. We do a great job for everyone out there.